Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And in the middle, out of Brazil, taken with the 28th pick back in 2008, the 6'11" pivot man, Thiago Splitter. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Duncan in at the 4 spot. And for Miami, Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James, and it's Haslem in at the power forward.
You know, one of the things about the Heat since the Big Three has come together is that they've been able to find the right kinds of veteran players to step in and fill specific roles for this team as they've won a couple of championships now.
And it's easy to have players want to join the Heat when they're competing for an NBA title every season. But, Steve, even then, they find the ones that most fit their offensive and defensive philosophy, and that's when they're going to come up big for them.
Yeah, for sure. This team has done such a good job putting together this roster around LeBron and Wade. You think about Birdman in the playoffs last year, Battier coming in here as a stretch 4. They've just found the right players and the right mix, and that's one of the big reasons why this team is back-to-back NBA champs.
Back to LeBron. Wade outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Looks for Bosh. Gets it to him. He dishes it to Haslem. Back to Bosh. In tight, he gets the jumper to fall. Bosh has got 5 now.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything. Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Thiago Splitter has done in San Antonio. Really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
Now here's Parker. Leonard on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
Deflects the pass. Here's Bosh. And he banks in the layup. Bosh has got 7 points in the game. And Splitter taken 28th by the Spurs way back in the 2007 draft. But they had to wait 3 seasons for him to come over from Spain. And as Greg Popovich was saying just this past season, he's finally showing what he can do because he's been healthy.
Yeah, agreed, Kevin. And I think it was a wait worth making,
yes,
quite honestly. I mean, one of the premier backup centers in the NBA the last 3 seasons. And he earned himself a nice payday with his new contract, too.
It's LeBron with the drive. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers.
Tell you what, LeBron can absolutely soar in for the finish. I remember last year the alley-oop in the conference finals against Indiana just almost put his head on the rim.
Air freight is a nickname we could dub LeBron James. I mean, he's an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Defensively, the strength, length, mobility. He can wall you up and lock you down and put you away.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Splitter, that's good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
We talked about Chris Bosh, and he talked about the skill set and what makes him so difficult to guard. He told me he's very slippery in the post. You think you have him contained, and he'll just wiggle around his guy for a layup. We can never act as if he has nowhere to go down low. He finds space and room all the time. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. And that one falls for Bosh.
And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, were seconds away from another championship banner.
Well, getting back to the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs, Clark. Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
Now here's Parker. He's got 5. Pass to Duncan. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Tries to save it. Parker with another miss.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there. Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
They get it back. Here's LeBron. Great D that time from Green.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Wade with the block.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Duncan with some nice D.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra. As a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart, Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
No good on the free throw.
Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslem, born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader.
Boris Diaz checked in for the Spurs. And back to Haslem. He helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence, took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of all positions.
But was really heavy back then at Florida. And he had to lose a lot of weight before he was ready to play in the NBA. Went to Europe to play first. He's been the heart and soul of the Heat organization ever since.
Miami leading by 3. Battier outside. Back to LeBron. For 3. Count that one. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. Parker kicks to Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Heat have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. LeBron outside. Now Haslem inside. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Spurs trail by 5. Parker with it. He has 5. And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for San Antonio. Green kicks to Parker. Leonard on the wing. Takes the 3. Miami grabs the miss. Stolen away. Wasted no time on that one.